Good Sunday morning. Galatians 5:1. So Christ has truly set us free. Now make sure that you stay free and don't get tied up again in slavery to the law. Our fellowship is a conservative arm of Christianity, and all too often the message we seem to send is you have to be a good, perfect Christian to get to heaven. This is an impossible goal to reach. As hard as we might try, we can't live a sinless life. So we live in a cycle of religious addiction. We live in bondage. We try to be perfect, but we fail and we turn back to sin, and the cycle goes on and on and on. Living in bondage is exhausting. Give yourself a little bit of grace. God's given you plenty. Why is it we allow ourselves to be burdened again by slavery instead of living in the freedom that Christ has provided? Jesus' death on the cross sets us free. And if you're free in Christ, you have freedom. Christ set the Galatians free and continues to set you and I free, even from religious legalism. Following rules doesn't bring us into right relationship with God. This is just more religious bondage. True freedom is not based on rules, it's based on relationship, a loving, personal relationship with Jesus Christ. True freedom, it's not about being sinless, it's about Jesus. We can't earn freedom. We can't do more to be free. The English Standard Version translates this verse, "For freedom, Christ has set us free." Whatever you're struggling with, if it's addiction or perfectionism, anxiety, stress, whatever, know that you're not the one who provides your freedom. You can't gain freedom by working harder. Live in freedom. But to do this, you have to stand firm in Christ. And how do you do that? Well, it's not easy. Persevering through life is hard. Paul includes this in the verse because living out our freedom, practically, it really is hard. Think about the image of standing. If you're going to stand in your freedom, just stand. Physically stand. I don't know about you, but I don't like to stand for long periods of time. Standing in a line at the grocery store, I find myself shifting my weight from one leg to the other. Physically standing is hard. So is spiritually standing. It's hard. This is why we must stand in Christ. We must be yoked to Him. I talked about being yoked in an earlier devotion, so I'm not going to explain it again, but it basically means you are connected. Freedom is not a one-time decision, but it's a decision we must consciously make every single day. That is how we live in freedom and stand in Christ. As Christians, we're free from the law, but just because we're free, that doesn't give us license to sin. In fact, if we sin, we lose our freedom. We become slaves to Satan. You can't create your own spiritual freedom. The only people who are free are the ones who are in Jesus Christ. We meet Jesus today at 10:30. You're free to join us.